Mathioli Charanam, Chainandalala, everybody. I'm so happy to be talking about Lord Rama today. It's the most beautiful avatar. Of course, my favorite is Lord Krishna. When you talk about Vishnu avatarams, Lord Krishna takes the highest um, point, but why is that? Because he's funny, he's playful, and he has lot of traits, and Amma has lot of traits of Lord Krishna. His wittiness. But Lord Rama, on the other hand, he is he's so beautiful that he has shown how a man is supposed to lead his life. Such a humble, pious, gentle. He was known for his calm, gentle manner. So much power in that name, Rama. And we've read that Ramayana. Every chapter talks about the power of his name. He is the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu. He had to be born as an ordinary man, and we know why. Because of the Varan that Ravana had asked. He forgot to insert man in it. He said, I should not be killed by that, this, that. Man was absent. So the Lord took the man form. He not only took the man form, he endured so much. The sorrows and the worries that he endured, none of us can even imagine. So he has taught us that being a man, we have to go through our karmas. There's no escape. When you read Ramayana, you understand how blessed you are. Because the Lord himself endured so much. I'm in a better place. Being the prince sent to the forest without anything. Think about it. He's called by various names. Obviously, I cannot take all the names now, but the most common and the one that strikes out is Ramachandran. It just means he's beautiful like the moon. His beauty was known all throughout, the prince of Ayodhya. So beautiful he was. Satyavache, Satyavikrama. That's another trait of his. Speaker of the truth. Or who is truthfully powerful. Satyavikrama is so powerful because of the truth that he believes and stands for. Because he's the embodiment of all virtues. That's why he's also called the Ananta Guna. That is full of virtues. Mahapurusha. That's another name. Mahapurusha is what? The greatest being. So many um, millions of species on this planet, but no one got that name. Mahapurusha is Lord Rama. Rama is the most perfect incarnation. No one can lift a finger and say, how could you do this to Lord Rama? Because in this Kali Yugam, there are people who lift fingers and say that. That is, let's put that aside. But during his time, during his kingdom, when he was the king or when he was the prince, no one could point a finger at him and say, why? Everything had an answer. And that dutiful answer and the perfect answer, which everybody could bow their head and say, yes, I'm sold. That was the duty bound Rama. In every household, if they have a very good son, they will always say, Ram or Mari. My son is like Rama. They will not say Krishna or Madhuri. They will say Rama. Why? That name is enough. They don't have to say anything more. And Paya Ram or Mari is enough. That shows what it is. With all the gunas put together, everybody knows, oh, Ram or Madhuri in Cholita. She has said Rama, then he must be really great. Right? That name. A mother says that. A son, and the father will say that. So this Rama is used by all this household name when they want to talk about a really noble man. Because he has lived and shown every individual how to be an ideal son, how to be an ideal husband, a brother, a friend, and the greatest king of all. So he has shown in his journey how he met and made everyone happy and pleased with him. One thing I'll tell you, you cannot make everybody happy. Who is successful in making everyone happy? Not me. And I'm sure you also cannot make anyone happy. There'll be somebody who'll say, even after you've helped them enough, they'll pinpoint fingers at you. So why are we saying this is the greatest of all incarnations? Because he made everybody happy. Something impossible. He made it possible. He's also popularly known as the Maryada Purushottam, the best among all virtues. Virtuous men with all the ideals. And he's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Very attractive. When we read the Puranas, how the various authors, the great men have described this avataram. Um, I don't have time to sit and actually in detail give you that because that's how beautiful he is. It'll take me all the whole session now. With his beautiful broad arched eyebrows, his lotus eyes. To give you a few, his lotus eyes. And they say he had a broad chest. So captivating, holding his bow and arrow. Simple. When you look at his eyes, people get mesmerized. He's a man of few words. Doesn't talk too much. Just the opposite of Lord Krishna, no? See how one Lord can come in so many different ways with so many different characters. So beautiful that we have this rich history that gives us one Lord in so many forms that we can enjoy and embrace. I I bow to that history and our land. Namaskarams to it. When we say avataram, it's like because he's a normal human being and he's called an avataram, not anybody can be called as an avatar who's born on this earth. Only the Lord who decides to come and take one form is called an avataram. That's why that word is used, avataram. When the Lord decides to come down and walk on this earth, it's called an avatar. Now we want to venture into Ramayana with one story that I picked for today. Ramayana is an ocean written by so many different great men, great authors, that each book gives you a different picture. Each book talks in detail about various episodes in that great epic. So I'm going to took one small story that captured my attention. It just talks about this pure bhakti and devotion of a devotee, and also shows the humility and grace of Lord Rama. Now we know after Lord Rama was given this, told to leave the palace, he was banished from the palace and asked to leave for 14 years. He walks out with nothing in his hands, just his bow and arrow. That's it. Even Lakshmana, Sita, Amma, all of them walk with nothing in their hands. No jewelry, nothing. They had to cross the river. So they came there and the tribal king saw them, came running and fell at Lord Rama's feet and said, "How can I help? How can I be of help to you, Swami? I feel terrible that you're leaving us." Everybody were crying. It was a very sad scene in Ayodhya when he left. So when he came there to the forest, the tribal king wanted to help him, whatever way, little bit that he could. And he said, "If I can be of any help, please let me know." So Lord Rama says, "I just want to cross the river. Can you get me a boat?" So then they go towards the river bank and they see just one boatman with his boat. So the tribal king calls out to this boatman, and he was sitting there and waiting with the boat, and he looks at them and comes to the side, and he realizes it's the Prince Rama, and he falls at his feet and he seeks his blessings and he says, "What can I do for you, Swami?" So the tribal king says, they want to go to the other side, so you need to get them to the other side. Can you do that? Then the tribal, the boatman, his name is Kevat. He says, sure, I will. So by then, the tribal king introduces the boatman saying, this is Kevat. He's a big devotee of you. He always talks about you. And whoever he takes from this side to that side, the only thing he talks about is you, Swami, he says. So this is the introduction of Kevat given to Lord Rama. Rama listens to it with a smile and requests the boatman, is it possible for you to take us to the other side, Kevat? Gently. Kevat looks at him and he says, yes, Swami, but I know a secret about you. So because of that secret that I know, I I won't be able to take you to the other side. So Lord Rama is, surprised, curious. He says, what is that secret that you know that you're unable to take me to the other side? And Lakshmana is losing his patience already. He's already got this, hold on the bow stronger so that he can lift it and fling his arrow towards Kevat. So Lord Rama looks at Lakshmana and tells him, hold on. And that gesture, Lakshmana understands and puts his bow down. Kevat is answering the question. Kevat says, I have heard, Prabhu, that you have visited Rishi Gautama's ashrama with Rishi Vishwamitra, and you put your foot in a rock, and that rock turned into a beautiful woman. Now, my concern is, what if you put your feet in my boat and the boat becomes a woman? And he's seriously continuing. This is my livelihood. This is my bread and butter, without which I cannot live. I will be, without bread and butter. How do I feed my wife and children? And I already have a wife. So what will I do with another woman? Now, I myself am laughing. Can you imagine Lord Rama? He burst out into laughter. He laughed out so loud. He found Kevat very amusing and innocent. Mother Sita had not seen Lord Rama laugh like that in a while because they just came out of the palace and it was a sad scene. And she looks at Rama and she's happy that someone made him laugh. So this role that Kevat played was so key, it was very important. And it's something that in Ramayana, even Hanuman does, that they're playing the role of making Lord Rama laugh, happy. We see Hanuman doing that role later on. So he was very happy and he thought he was amused by Kevat. So Lakshmana had no other option. He was happy that his brother is happy, but he was very annoyed with this man delaying his own journey. So he had no other option but to, you know, go with the flow. So he was happy that his brother is happy. Lord Rama says, me stepping in your boat definitely will not make your boat a woman. Kevat. He says, he's still laughing. It will definitely not make your boat a woman. Kevat says, I don't know all that, Prabhu. I don't know. But your feet is something great. I have a condition. Can I wash it? I'll wash it off of the dust. This is the dust in your feet is what does that. Can I wash it? Then you can step into my boat. Then this tribal king is like gone. He's like, what have I put my lord in this mess? I called out to this boatman, and there's no other boatman visible. So he's like, listen, you can wash, you can do whatever. Let them sit in your boat first, he says. He says, no, no, that is the point. I cannot let them. And Lakshmana's losing his patience. He's like, what is this problem? We know Lakshmana, how he gets. He has no patience. So Lord Rama just, gestures and says, it's okay. I got this. Let him wash my feet. Let him do whatever he wants. We need to get to the other side. Let him wash my feet. That's all he's asking. So he looks at Kevat and he says, Kevat, you go and bring whatever you need to and wash my feet. So Kevat runs. This is his opportunity. He knows Lord Rama is ultimate. He knows everything. So he runs to his hut to bring some container. But he has nothing in his hut. He has no silver. He's telling his wife, Prabhu is standing. We need to wash his feet. You also come. Bring a container. She's like, I don't have anything appropriate to wash the Lord's feet. So they don't have silver. They don't have gold. And the brass that was given to them is like all old and somewhere that is the wife brought it from her maternal home. It was so dark and so dirty. And they look at it and they're like, no, this is not good. There was one container that was used every day. So Kevat says, bring that. That way, whatever we eat every day is prasadam. So they bring the wooden container. They run and he brings the Ganga Jalam. This is the Ganga water, the banks of the river Ganga. They go bring that and then he places it on the ground. He's right there. Lord Rama is watching, places it there and says, Prabhu, now you place your leg. Just stand there and I'll wash your feet, he says. So Lord Rama puts one foot in the container and the container is tilting. He says, Kevat, this container's not sturdy. How do I stand in it? The Lord says. So Kevat says, don't worry, Prabhu. You put your hand in my head for balance. Just hold my head and put both your feet in it, he says. And he's thinking, that way I'll be so blessed. When you put your hand in my head, I'll be so blessed, he says. He's thinking, he's not saying it out loud. And Lakshmana on the other hand, he's thinking, yeah, that way your intelligence will increase and your brain starts working better. And Lord Rama can hear both their mind talks, mind conversations, and he smiles. Lakshmana is very angry right now. So this is the scene there. Now he does what Kevat says. He puts his hand on Kevat's head for balance and he puts both his feet in the container and stands. Kevat and his wife both wash the Lord's feet. They wash and wash and wash to their heart's content. What a blessing. Everybody's watching. He has called all his village. The whole village is watching. See, this boatman, Kevat, could have got blessings on his own. No, he wanted everybody to get it. So he called out everyone. That way everyone can see that and get blessed with that vision. Then he slowly asked the Lord to step out, dried his feet, and carefully kept that water aside because that water is so precious. It's not only Ganga. Ganga is already precious. But this is the Ganga that has washed the Lord's feet. Priceless. Then he says, now, Swami, you can get inside the boat. So the Lord asks Sita, as always, he helps Sita to get into the boat first, and then he gets in, and then Lakshmana gets in the boat. Now Keval takes the water and distributes it to every person over there. And then the story is so beautiful that Sita immediately, Sita Amma asks Lakshmana, we also need that tirtham, right? Could you please ask Kevat to bring it here also? See, she could have just sat there, right? She has Rama's right there. She can wash his feet any day and take his. No, but the situation was such that the feet was washed by a devotee with so much of bhakti. And the Lord heeded to it. The Lord agreed to it. So that water is more precious. So she asked, without any ego, right? Both of them asked for that water and took it. So everybody got a tirtham there. It's a golden opportunity. So no one wants to miss it. Kevat comes back, sits in the boat. He's so happy. It's like his heart is like blissful. The happy state of mind. Goddess Ganga is also very happy. She got to touch the Lord's feet again. She emerged from that feet. Now she got to touch it again. She was very happy. And why did she get that? Thanks to this devotee, right? And she was so envious of Kevat that he was able to take the Lord in his boat and he's spending so much time with him. So she was just yearning. Though the boat was rowing on top of her, she was just yearning and enjoying that moment. All the gods, all the gods were watching the scene and they were so envious of Kevat. When I say envious, when it comes to the God's envy, it does not harm us. It's a ekam. It's a it's a desire, yearning, to put it right. The word is yearning. It's like, "Pah, எவ்வளோ கொடுத்து வச்சிருக்கான்." That kind of a thing. How lucky is he? It's getting to spend time with the Lord is what all the gods are thinking. when they are watching the scene. Kevat is very, very happy. He's rowing the boat. Slowly he's rowing. He's not even rowing fast. And Lakshmana is angry. Like, why are you so slow? Why is he so slow? He's in a different world. He's like, he just got to watch the Lord's feet and he's in a happy world. So he's like rowing slowly. And Lord Rama has no hurry, no hurry to go anywhere. So he lets him row slowly. They reach the other side of the river. They all get off. Now Lord Rama's thinking, what do I give this dear, dear devotee of mine? What do I give him? I have nothing with me. So much seva he has done. What do I give him? He's thinking. Immediately, Mata Sita, she knows what her Lord thinks. She immediately removes her ring and she hands it to Lord Ram and she gestures to give it to him. That's the beauty of their relationship. And he immediately takes it. And this has his name on it. Rama's name on it. That is what Sita is wearing. That she gave. The amount of detachment towards material things we learn from Mother Sita. She did not think, oh, my Lord's name is engraved, let me keep it. No, the Lord himself is with her, right? So she graciously gave that, and Lord Rama took it and was so happy to give it to Kevat. He handed it to Kevat, and Kevat looked at it and he said, no, 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 I cannot accept anything from you, Prabhu. How can I accept all this from you? He says. And Lord Rama says, this is a small thing from my side. Small thing with love from me. He says, no, I don't want anything. How can I take anything from you? You are our savior. You are the ultimate. I washed your feet. What didn't you do for me? What haven't you done for me? This is not needed, Prabhu. Also, we belong to the same profession, right? He says. Now that got Lakshmana really angry. He's like, how dare he calls you his profession? What is he thinking? What is he calling you, a boatman? So Lord Rama again says, wait, Iruppa, பொறுமையாரு. Let him finish what he was saying. Kevat continues. Kevat is very scared of Lakshmana. Kevat continues. I'm sorry if I said anything wrong, but from my point of view, we are both in the same profession. He says again, Prabhu, what I meant is I take travelers from one side of the river to the other side. I help them cross this river, the Ganges. But Prabhu, you help all the souls, the mortal souls, like us, cross the ocean of samsara. Aren't we in the same profession, Prabhu? He says. So Lord Rama smiles and looks at them, and then Lakshmana, understands he was too fast in acting. He understood, okay, oh, he curtailed his emotions and he's like, okay, this makes sense. He's right. He couldn't agree more. So Lord Rama was so pleased with his answer. He smiled, looking at both Sita and Lakshmana. And then Kevat says, Prabhu, please, please tell me that you'll help me cross this big ocean, this massive ocean of samsara, and take me with you when my time comes. That is the gift I want, he says. See the timeliness, and how many of us have that intelligence to ask that right question at the right time. We had the Lord right in front of him. And when the Lord was giving him a ring, he asked for the ultimate thing, which is priceless. And the Lord couldn't say no. He embraced him for his, I wouldn't even call it the intelligent answer or the intelligent gift to ask, the boon to ask. This is a bhakta. This is the devotee, the innocence, the purity, and the clarity of a devotee. To ask the right thing, the right time. Lord Rama embraces him. He was so pleased with his devotion that he embraced him. The innocence of bhakti. No expectations. Just wants to get closer to the God. I want to come to you. I want to cross the ocean of samsara. He could have got angry with Lakshmana. He could have, got irritated with Lakshmana's hasty anger and, reactions. But he was not perturbed by all that. The Lord, the Atma and the Paramatma were very clear on how to be. Other elements did not disturb him, nor the other elements disturbed Lord Rama either, right? He told Lakshmana, was very graceful. He told Lakshmana, wait. The patience and it's so beautiful, the humility, the patience of Lord Rama, the calmness of Lord Rama. And the devotee, when I speak about Kevat, so much to learn from him. He could have asked for so many things. He didn't even have a container to bring to wash his feet. He could have asked Lord Rama, can you please make a silver vessel available for me to wash your feet? Can you make a gold vessel available for me to wash your feet? A person whose feet could make a rock, a woman can definitely make anything out of anything. He could have used that, right? He could have asked for a better house. He was living in a hut. He could have asked for a better boat. And what a boatman. He must be having a lot of worries also. He could have asked um, the Lord to help him with all those small hurdles that he had in his life. But he knows the worth of crossing the ocean of samsara. Being a boatman, he knows that whatever is here is Maya. It's like when somebody, you know, it's an analogy. Someone gives you a toy car when there's a real car, and you're like, I love this toy car, right? when you could have actually asked for the real one. So we're all attracted to one thing. What can a toy car do anyway? Opposed to the real one, right? Just an analogy. We're all stuck in that. We ask for petty things, small things, when we leave the real one out. The beauty of this avatar, now that we're talking about Lord Rama, is that he himself does not know his powers. He is not aware of what he is capable of doing. That is the beauty of the avatar. But the devotees around him, Telivarka, they're aware. They're very clear about his powers. So that is also a very big aspect from Ramayana that we all have to take with us. The Lord does not have to perform miracles and do all this like Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is entirely on a different scale. Suddenly his chakra will appear and it'll go attack the person and, you know, and things like things he did right in front of people, you know, giving Draupadi all the yards and yards of cloth. So all this Lord Krishna has done right in front of people, and that is a different, or altogether, a different scene where the strength and power is displayed very openly. But here the strength and power is not displayed openly. So those of devotees, those devotees who don't want to believe will be in a clouded, um, shelled, closed room if wanted. But in Ramayana, they have clearly made us all aware that everybody was very clear about Lord Rama. Nobody had any doubts because his presence was enough. His presence was so like a magnet. He entered a place, people would know that the ultimate has come there. His face was enough. When they look at his face, they'll know they're talking to the ultimate. His eyes were very powerful. When they looked into his eyes, they were mesmerized. They will do anything he said. So he captured, and this avataram of Lord Rama reminded me of Sri Amma Lot because she was exactly like that. She never displayed her powers or her strength or anything, but her presence was felt. She entered the room, everybody knew because they felt this some chillness. You know, you feel like you're cold all of a sudden. Goosebumps. What is that? The energy. Everybody in that room, that vicinity felt the energy. Like, what is that? I feel there is some energy, power here. And there she'll be sitting like an ordinary person. Exactly how Lord Rama was. A lot of times people would be like, why he's the Lord, but he could have built the bridge himself. He took the help of all the monkeys. Why? Right? There's so many questions in Ramayana people ask, but they forget the main thing is he was not the avataram to come and portray his powers. All throughout, he maintained the same aspect that I'm a normal man. Do you think the ocean wouldn't have given way for him? The ultimate comes and stands that the ocean will give way. But that was not his point. But again, Lord Shiva himself came as Hanuman and showed us what bhakti is and the strength of Rama. The avataram of Hanuman is Lord Shiva. When they were trying to build the bridge and the stones were the rocks were sinking, he said, write Ram in everything. It will stay afloat. And that's exactly what happened. Even Lord Rama wouldn't know that. Even Lord Rama was not aware of that. Because his avataram was such that he was not aware of that. But that's why Hanuman was there. To teach the people around Lord Rama what to do. To use his name. See, name is the weapon. Name is the power. Name is the strength. So they wrote in all the rock, Rama, and the rock floats. How beautiful, right? Throughout Ramayana, we see that. And Rama crosses the same bridge with his name written on it. It's so beautiful, right? I have no words. This is the most humble avatar, the most humble, um, beautiful avataram. The miracles, everything that follows, he does it without, um, he does it just normally, without any imposing that I've done it or claiming that he's done it. Throughout his journey that he went from Ayodhya to Lanka, he has met so many of his bhaktas and given them moksha. That was the purpose of his avataram, to give them that moksham through this journey when he comes in Treta Yugam as Lord Ram. The name of few is Shabari. We've talked about Shabari in our previous session of surrendered, meaning of surrender. We spoke about Shabari. She's one. And then comes Ahalya, who also got moksha. She was a rock until then because of a curse she received from Rishi Gautama. And then Sugriva. Sugriva also got that blessing to be spending that much time with Lord Ram. And Vali also got moksha. Why only Sugriva? Vali also got the moksha because Lord Rama's arrow hit him. And Vibhishana, everyone call Vibhishana a traitor. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. Because the relationships that we make in this world, if you know that your dear ones are wrong, you have to stand up and tell them they're wrong. Exactly what Bhishma did not do in Mahabharata. Nobody calls Bhishma a traitor, but they all call Vibhishana a traitor. Why? Because he stood up for the truth. He ran to the Lord, the ultimate. He sought his protection. I don't agree with that. He's not a traitor. It's a big lesson we all have to um, understand. By standing up for the truth, even if it is our own people. If we say, I'm not in this, I'm leaving. Where are you leaving? You're leaving to go to the Lord? That's not a traitor. You gave them, you also told them that, what did Vibhishana say? Don't do this. Come to Lord Rama, surrender to him. We'll all go surrender to him. Give back Mata Sita. Don't do this, right? Ravana did not listen. He said, okay, if you don't come, I'll go. And Ravana was angry. Get out of the palace. You don't have room here. Get out of the palace. And Vibhishana leaves. How does Vibhishana become a traitor? I don't believe that. So there are some aspects, of course, of Ramayana. There's a discussion where everybody comes and says that, this, that, and you all have their opinions. But in North India, there is a saying, yeah, don't be like Vibhishana, they say, when people stand against their family. But that is very sad. It should not be that way. When you go to the Lord for protection, comfort, you cannot be called as a traitor. You're standing for the truth. And the Lord obviously will not embrace so-called traitors. Correct? So with that, I really enjoyed talking about Lord Rama. I enjoyed this beautiful journey with the boatman, Kevat. It seemed like we all traveled in that boat together with Lord Rama, isn't it? Mathioli Charanam Jainandala.